Have you ever wondered why your income just won't budge, no matter how hard that you work? Did you know that the answer is literally buried inside of your subconscious mind? Now, I know this because I turned my yearly income into a monthly income in just 6 months by changing exactly what I'm about to show you. So, I'm going to walk you through the steps that rewired my money mindset and absolutely transform my results. Now, for you to understand how to apply the steps that I'm going to give you, you're going to need to know the difference between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Now, I was mentored by a man called Bob Proctor, and I went through one of his programs, and I was so amazed at the results that I decided to go and work with him. And now I'm top 1% of Bob Proctor's consultants. Now, Bob introduced me to this. Now, at first, it looks like something that I don't know, your kid would play with. It looks quite silly, right? This is by far the most powerful concept that I have ever come across, bar none. I literally want you to imagine that this stick figure is you. This is you. You see, when we think of the mind, most people get an image of the brain. But if I was to get a knife and chop your body open, I would find your brain. It's a physical thing. I would never find your mind. Now, if we're going to change the mind, and it's the mind that needs to be changed in order to change results, then we're going to need an image to work with, because me and you as human beings, we think in pictures. If I tell you to think of your car or to think of your parents, an image of a car and your parents just flashed onto the screen of your mind. We literally think in pictures. So I want you to imagine that this is you. This top circle is your mind, and this bottom circle is your body. Okay. Now let's chop the mind into two. And let's say that the top half is your conscious mind and the bottom half is your subconscious mind. And we'll keep this little circle here as your body. Now, your conscious mind is your thinking mind. So when you read a book, when you listen to me on YouTube, all of that information, it gets stored in our thinking mind, our conscious mind. Now, hooked up to our conscious mind, you can see these five little prong things, right? These are your five antennae. So you can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, and you can touch. And as long as me and you live in this physical body, we're going to need these five senses to correspond with our physical world. Now, some people only have three senses. There's people out there that are deaf and blind. Some people only have four senses. They might be blind or they might be deaf. Okay. But these are hooked up to our conscious mind. Now, our conscious mind, like I said, is our thinking mind. And our conscious mind, it has the ability to accept and reject anything. So if you hear on the news that, I don't know, December or January or 2026 is going to be a terrible year for people like you in your business, then you can rather accept what the news says or you can reject it. You have the ability to do that. Okay. And we can also originate ideas in our conscious mind, and it's where our six higher faculties are. These six higher faculties are what separate me and you from every other animal and creature on this planet. We have perception, will, reason, memory, intuition, and imagination. And it's these six higher faculties that we can use to alter the vibration our body's in and ultimately dictate what we attract. But let's go on to the subconscious mind. Remember when I said that your conscious mind can accept and reject, right? Your subconscious mind cannot do that. Your subconscious mind will accept anything that is impressed upon it. Now, conscious mind is thinking, remember. Subconscious mind does not think, it feels, okay? It's our emotional mind. Now, our subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what is real and what's imagined. You've probably been on a diet before, okay? And then you start, visualizing or thinking about a big, juicy cheeseburger, right? What happens? Your central nervous system produces saliva and your mouth literally starts watering, but there is no cheeseburger in front of you. Well, that's because our subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So when you imagine eating a cheeseburger, your subconscious mind controls your body and it produces saliva. Subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between what is true and what is made up. That's very important. I would personally write that down. That's very powerful. Okay. Now, our subconscious mind, like I said, it's our emotional mind. it's our feeling mind. Okay. You might have heard of the law of attraction. You might have heard of the law of vibration. Vibration is just another word for feeling. If you're feeling wealthy, you're saying that you're on a wealthy vibration. If you're feeling poor, you're saying that you're on a poor vibration. Okay. Our subconscious mind controls our income because it controls our vibration. The vibration that you're on is dictating how much money you can attract. And you can always tell what vibration, what frequency you're on by taking a look at your results. You know, results never lie. The law of attraction tells you that you can only attract what you are in harmonious vibration with. So the results that you're getting today, right now, that is what frequency you're on. That is what you're in harmony with. Okay. So our conscious mind is our thinking mind. Subconscious mind is our feeling mind. So in other words, our thoughts produce feelings, those feelings produce actions, and those actions produce results. Your body is just the doing part of you, it's the action taker. But your body is only going to act upon the ideas that are fixed in your subconscious mind. This is why your subconscious mind controls your income. Do you know, for 6 years, I was studying this material. Remember, I said the conscious mind is where we read books. You know, we read books on money, we read The Secret, we read all of these amazing things, but it just gets stored in our conscious mind. It's only when we get it into our subconscious mind that it alters our vibration. Our vibration, the vibration of our body, dictates our actions, but it also dictates what we attract as well. You know, the step that I'm about to give you, if you implement, not for a day, not for a week, but a whole month, I'm telling you, your financial situation will never, ever, ever be the same again. Now you've got an image of your mind to work with. You will know why all these wise men, all these philosophers, all these great people, they disagreed on pretty much everything apart from one thing. And that one thing is that me and you, we literally become what we think about. Why is that? Well, our thoughts control our feelings control our actions, and it's our actions that produce our results. So now you'll know why so many people around you are trying to get different results by changing their actions. It's not going to work. You have to go to the primary cause, which is your thinking. Your outside world is just showing you what's going on inside of you. You know, as within, so without. Jesus says it in the prayer, you will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Well, what Jesus meant is that the outside world is the earth, inside is heaven. So if you're always thinking prosperity, you have to have prosperity in your outside world. If someone tells me, Joel, I've been thinking about money, I've been thinking about abundance, but my outside world's not showing it, I'll be straight up with them. I'll say, no, you've not. Because what we think about, we become. You are thinking more thoughts of poverty, of lack and limitation than you are of abundance if you have not got enough money to buy your kids the Christmas presents that you would really love to buy them. You know, have a look around. 97% of people, they're not earning what they want to earn. They're not living in the house that they want to live in. They're not driving the car that they want to drive. They're going in the wrong direction. It's because they're letting their results control their thinking when you've got to get your thinking to control your results. I've got a client called Peter. He made £68,000. Well, he has made £68,000 already this December. That's when I'm publishing this video. By literally keeping his goal in his face all of the time. When clients come and work with me, they have to have a goal card. They're not even allowed on my client calls unless they've got a goal card. Why? Because we become what we think about. Okay. So the action step, I want you to write down the exact amount of money that you want on a card, and I want you to carry it everywhere with you. I want you to set an alarm for every hour that you're awake, and when your alarm goes off, I want you to pull out the card and I want you to read it to yourself. I am so happy and grateful now that, and then put your income goal. Now that I am earning £20,000 a month, £50,000 a month, whatever it is that you want. Now you might be thinking, well, Joel, why is this going to work? Why is getting a piece of card and writing something on it going to make me more money? Well, we become what we think about, okay? Each of us are. In fact, let me get Think and Grow Rich. There's a very powerful part in this. It's the chapter on faith by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill says, it is a well-known fact that one comes finally to believe whatever one repeats to oneself, whether the statement be true or false. If a person repeats a lie over and over, he will eventually accept the lie as truth. Moreover, he will believe it to be the truth. Every person is what they are because of the dominating thoughts that they permit to occupy their mind. Okay. Now, if you've read Think and Grow Rich, that might not have made sense. But now I've introduced you to this, it's going to make a lot of sense. We are where we are because of the thoughts that we allow to dominate this part of our mind, our conscious mind. And no one can choose you to think something that you don't want to think. That's the beautiful part. So write down your goal on a card and every hour set an alarm. When that alarm goes off, you stop what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing. You stop it and you read your goal. And know when you're reading your goal, because you're thinking about your goal and we become what we think about, soon it's going to be yours. Okay. You don't need to know how. If you knew how to 10x your income tomorrow, then you would have already done it. You're not going to know how. And your job is not to know how. Your job is to know where you're going. Okay. So every time you set your alarm and think about it, what's going on? Your goal is planted in your conscious mind because you're thinking about it. Okay. Through repetition of keeping this goal in your conscious mind, it's going to be impressed onto your subconscious mind. Once it's impressed on your subconscious mind, it changes your vibration. Okay. The vibration of your body, which controls what you attract and also controls your actions. And then that is going to produce new results for you. Okay. Do not forget this action step. Okay. Ideas are worthless unless we implement them. Watch this video over and over and over again. Apply those action steps, and I promise you, 2026 will be the year that everything changes for you if you follow that simple action step. It's so simple, most people are probably not going to do it. And look, if you want help, I would absolutely love to support you. What I've just done is I've opened my calendar for one-to-one calls with me. I want you going into 2026 with an absolute bang, okay? On this call, I will show you exactly how to get from where you are to where you want to be, and I will show you the subconscious blocks that have been keeping you stuck. Listen, everyone's got blind spots. I've got blind spots. My mentor's got blind spots. That's the reason that we've got mentors, okay? My calendar is very busy though, and if you're watching this and you're like, maybe, or I'm interested, then this call with me probably isn't for you. But if you are really serious and committed to making 2026 not just your richest year, but your most prosperous, happy, and abundant year in all areas of your life, then go to the link in the description of this video and grab one of those one-to-one calls before they're gone. Don't forget the action step, and I'll see you on the next video.